Okay, so in this video we are going to use the join function to concatenate the strings of a tuple or a set or dictionary, or you can say a list. You can perform this join operation on anything. So let's say I'm going to take the example of a list. List 1 is containing the values. Make sure the list is containing the string values only. So even if I'm going to use the integer values, so these integer values are put inside the kiosk, means these are string RAM, right? So let's say 1 3 and one more 5. Okay, so these are the values, and as you can see these are the integer values, but I have put it inside the kiosk, so means they are string now. So uh, there are two ways you can use the join function. Let's say I'm going to define one more variable, which is equal to hyphen. Okay, so which I'm going to use later. So let's say I want to print, and now I'm going to use the s, which is a variable. S means inside the before using the join function you must mention the separator, means what by what string or by what means the values will be separated. So s is the thing, you can say the hyphen is the actual string which is going to separate the values. So s dot, make sure you put the dot before join function. So s dot join, and inside this I'm going to pass the value list 1. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so you can see value 1 3 5, which are strings, are printed here, and these are separated by s. So another way is, if you don't want anything, so just put the quotes and run this again. So these values are 1 3 5, and if I want to put the space, so leave the space here, and now these are simply separated by the space. Okay, so this is how you can use the join, but these are applicable on list, tuple, and sets and dictionaries. So here you can see I have passed the list here, right? So let's do one more thing. As you have seen the previous video, I was having some variables where one is equal to hello, and where two is equal to world. Okay, so what if I want to concatenate it? So what we can do is print. No, first you have to get a new variable, message is equal to, and now I am going to put quotes, and now I'm going to use the placeholders first, then comma, then second, then put the full stop and give some space, and let's say I want to write welcome also. Okay, so this whole message is containing a placeholder, one more placeholder, and then welcome is a string. So now outside this put the format, and as I have used two placeholders, so I must mention what these placeholders are for. So these are for var1 and var2. So this is how you use the format function to concatenate the strings. One is for var1 and second one is for the var2. And let's print this. We have done this part before, but I'm going to make some changes here, so let me repeat this part. So hello world and welcome is printed. Okay, so another way is simply use the f string. F, here you need not to use the this format function. Inside the you can say the placeholder, you can simply write the variable names, where one will be here, and for this where two will be used. So it is much simpler, right? So f is used, and inside the queues you just wrote the complete string, and if there is some variable you are going to use, you must put it inside the placeholders, right? So if I run this again, so the same thing is printed here, hello world, and welcome. So I use the comma here, I use the dot here, I simply added it's simply the simple string, but whenever you are going to use any variable, you must put it inside the placeholder, right? Okay, so what else you can do here is you can use any function also here. For example, I have defined variable 1 and variable 2, and in case I just want to use a function here, so you can simply write the name of the variable and just use upper here. This is the benefit of using the f string, so simply run this. So you can see it converted into the uppercase. So you can use any function which are applicable, and if you want to know what are the functions applicable on this particular variable, so simply print dir and write the name of the variable. So I'm using the variable 1 and simply run this. So it will show you the list of the functions which are applicable on this variable. Or what else you can do is simply write help here and write as I use the name of the variable, I just want to use the class means the data type str string means I want help for the string data type. So simply run this. It will show you what operations or functions can be applicable on a string, and what are the different ways and what are the syntax, right? And one more thing you can do is if you want help for a particular function, let's say I want help on upper function, so simply write the name of the function. So this will show you the exact result you were looking for, not the whole data which are applicable on string. Simply get the help on upper function, right? Okay.